I spit at thee. The darkness shall be eternal.
Ooh, how spicy. Well, we want to make sure that doesn't happen, don't we?
Miss Roivas, you're just in time. The summoning spell I began 2,000 years ago is finally complete. You will now have the honor of becoming the first morsel for my Lady Zelototh. An appetizer for the banquet your race shall provide.
You forget what it means to be human, Pious. The human race will never go quietly into the darkness. For as long as you have spent summoning your lord, people have struggled against you. Now, thanks to their efforts, I have 3 of the Ancient's essences. Now, Pious, this is the end!
The end indeed.
"2,000 years," he says. That is dedication, I will say that. Welcome back to the finale of Eternal Darkness, at least for the time being. Magic does not work against him. You will see later on he's going to do a Dispel Magic, there it is, to get rid of my shield, which is pretty annoying. Fortunately, we still have our healing spells. I would recommend having your low-level heal spell and your low-level sanity spell on your quick menu so that you can quickly access them. And as you can tell, we need to hit him. That will reveal a statue. That's when we go hit the statue, and that statue is actually what damages him for this first part. There is some variation for the rest of this fight, but that's pretty much what we're doing. I actually get a little confused about this fight after this first stage.
Right now I should be running away.
Run, Alex, run! And yes, my friends, this is the only room we are going to be in this video. We have to do this ourselves, so start walking. What's happening here is we are summoning the spirits of all the people we played as throughout the game. And you can see those statues that I was talking about a few videos back that I wish I showed off. When we revisit this game, which will happen sometime, I don't know when, unless I stop doing videos, which also could happen, then I will be sure to take a look at some stuff like that I missed. Oh god. So whenever you start hearing him casting a spell, one of 2 things is going to happen. More often than not, he's going to fire off that magic attack. so you just need to keep moving. You can actually stand still until it's about to fire and then move to dodge it. And every time we hit him, we will take the form of one of those people that we played as, and we have to hit him as each of these characters. I think the way it works is, once you're one of those characters, you have to hit one of these statues. I was confused by that. I thought whenever you became one of these characters, you had to hit him and then the statue, kind of like the first stage of this fight. I don't think that's accurate. And I figured that out later on in the fight. I'm trying to get to the statue, but I'm also trying to dodge that magic attack. There will be a lot of cuts in this fight because some of these battles do last forever because I didn't quite understand what I was supposed to do in this fight. And when I was editing, I got so annoyed because I saw plenty of those statues that I could have hit that I did not realize were available to me. Because while I was playing, I did not see them. As I've said before, I'm blind, so sometimes I miss stuff like that. As you can see, I still felt like I needed to hit him when you don't actually need to do that. At least I'm pretty sure you don't. That could change based on the stage of this fight that we are in. But eventually I just see the statues appearing and I just go hit them. But it takes forever for me to realize that that's what I need to do. It's not a bad fight. I've heard some people complain about it. It's not super challenging or anything, but I don't think that's what the game developers were going for. I think they wanted people to be able to play this game and experience its story. Especially given how unique this game is, I can't really blame them for that. Granted, I like easy games anyway, so I'm certainly not going to complain. This fight was more time-consuming than anything, but it goes a lot quicker once I realize what I need to do, and I'm pretty sure once I figure that out, there aren't any more edits in the fight. And at times you will see me throw the sword at him. Come on! Get it! You gotta admit, this game and its look are pretty impressive for the time. They squeezed every bit of juice they could out of this little GameCube. Come on! This one took me a while to get done, that's why the edit. I'm pretty sure you don't need to actually hit him, although that will reveal the statue. I'm pretty sure you don't have to do that. I could be wrong, it could be a later stage in the fight that you don't have to. Those statues will teleport. I try to keep my distance when I need to refill sanity or health. Walk whenever you can, because if you run all of this, you're going to lose stamina and then your character will not be able to move very well. And you will not regain that stamina before he swipes you with a sword. This fight took me a few tries, but once I figured it out, it's pretty easy. You just have to keep certain things in mind as far as how this game operates. Anytime you see a jump cut like that, that's because that particular stage in the fight took me forever. One of these took about 30 minutes because I could not hit the guy. Aw, shit. That is actually pretty cool, seeing two of the ancients fight each other. That red one is Chattur'gha, that's the god that we've been using the magic of to heal. That's what we were doing all last video, was creating that circle of power so that we could summon that one. Lots of spells being cast in this fight. I'm guessing magic attack wouldn't really do anything. You can only damage Pius by hitting him with a magically charged weapon. So you could charge up your guns and use those. If you did not pick up that sword that we got, then you would have to enchant your weapon before hitting him with it, which would make this fight take even longer. We are in the final stage now where we just fight him. So the only thing edited in this stage is just times when I go into the menu just to check my health. I generally just try to get away from him for a time so I can restore sanity and health. Oh god. Barely got that one off. I could fight him more than I have. I was taking this pretty cautiously because I was doing this fight for a long, long time. I did not want to have to redo this again. Our sanity's taking a hit. I think this fight is a little more time consuming than it needs to be, but I don't think it's bad. Most of that time was spent me trying to figure out how to actually do this, which isn't really the game's fault. Just be careful for that barrier that he put down. It'll go away at some point. His magic works pretty much like ours. I don't know if we can actually dispel his magic. I wonder if we could, actually. I never tried that. It would probably take a 7-point spell to do it, and you really don't have time to get those off. Or I should say, I don't have time to get those off. And he will see you if you're invisible. I save my magic for health and sanity. Oh god. You suck! I don't care about your stupid ass magic, just die! Stupid force field. And of course now he's got a shield. It wouldn't be so bad if we could actually cast these spells ourselves and have them be effective. I'm pretty sure we would not have time to cast a full Dispel magic. I'm guessing you probably could do that, though. Gotta heal that sanity. Pius, you are a dick, no matter what reality we are in. I am glad I played this game. This is considered a horror classic, and since I do a lot of survival horror games on this channel, this one has been a long time coming. The main reason I have not played this game up until this point is because I never felt like taking my GameCube out of the closet and hooking it up. So I guess you could say laziness. There were definitely some challenging parts. I think we're at the end now. A little anticlimactic. I'll talk about that in the end credits. No, we're not at the end yet. We're not going to see him get hit with the killing blow. I will be doing a sword throw. Not knowing that it was going to be the end of the fight. I know that's a little bit of a spoiler, but whatever. I have to have something to talk about during this fight. The music is really good during this battle. The soundtrack in this game is actually pretty decent. I won't say it's iconic like Resident Evil 2 or some of the Silent Hill soundtracks, but it does the job more than serviceably. A lot of times I may not even need to heal, I just do it just in case. I wish there was a New Game Plus so that I could play these other paths and have a quicker time going through them. That is one complaint I do have about this game. I understand why you don't get certain spells ahead of time because you need them for game progression, but I wish you could have all the heal spells right from the start. Suck it, bitch!
Darkness is not so easily destroyed. No, my death is just the beginning.
What have I done?
Quickly, Alex! We must find this creature! It cannot be allowed to remain in this universe! Ah, that's the take it. It is finally over, my dear. The Ancients' plans are finished. For now, at least. You have proved to be an incredibly courageous young woman. Your mother and father would have been proud of you, just as I am. I'm sorry it had to be like this. It's not quite the inheritance I had in mind for you, but there was so little time, and so much to do. Goodbye, Alex. I will miss you.
As I gazed up at the Ancient I had brought into this world to stop Pius, my mistake was made clear. This Ancient could lay the world to ruin just as easily as Pius's would have. And yet, as quickly as it began, it ended. To think that once I could not see beyond the veil of reality, to see those who dwell behind. I was once a fool.
To be fair, that is most people, even in this universe. Well, I finally get to say it. We did it! Another LP down. And as we do at the end of all my playthroughs, victory sip! This has been a long time coming. The last LP I completed was Darksiders, and that was back in June, I believe. This was a good game. I do have an issue with most of Alex's chapter, but the final boss isn't that bad. It's got some issues, of course, but it's still a decent fight. But overall, this is a really good game. It doesn't overstay its welcome. It comes close, but it doesn't overstay it. You do have to go through the same areas quite often, and that can get tedious, but that would only really be an issue if this game was any longer. This game is basically the perfect length. If you have not played this game and can GameCube emulate, I highly recommend it. It's definitely worth your time, and I enjoyed my time with this game. After the disappointing end to my previous LP, which I am going to try to get back on, it was really nice to find this game to play, to kind of cleanse myself of the negative vibes that came from an LP that prematurely had to end because of a game glitch. And you can see what I was talking about in a previous video, where those cutscenes cut off abruptly. I'm guessing they put as much as they could into this game, and sacrifices had to be made in terms of transitions. It would have been kind of cool to play as Chattur'gha fighting Xel'lotath. Thank you so much for watching. I have a few ideas of what I want to do next. I also have a secret project that I've started working on. But that's going to be a really long game, and since I'm not uploading unless I've completed the game, that probably won't be until sometime next year before I start uploading that, if not later. We will see. Thank you so much for watching. It's been a blast. We will revisit this game at some point. I just don't know when. I'm definitely not revisiting this game anytime soon. But we will look at the other paths. You have to play them all on the same save file to get the true end of the game. If I remember correctly, it was a little disappointing for a secret ending. Not in terms of story. In terms of story, it was pretty good, but in terms of any kind of cutscene that we actually get to show it off. And you can search it on YouTube if you want to look at it ahead of time, because it's going to be a while before we get back to this. Thank y'all for watching. It's been a blast. This is one of the better games that I've LP'd. And I will see y'all hopefully continuing Fear Effect at some point. But if not that, then something else. I kind of want to play some of the PSP Siphon Filter games. So I might give that a shot. Thanks for watching, and I'll see y'all next time in whatever I do next.